I've been talking about the mafia for a long time, and like I've blown up pretty big on the internet. Like you wouldn't believe how many people know about me on the internet. But in real life, no one's ever heard of me. Like I went and saw a psychiatrist this week, and like I showed her the pictures of Shauna Ray and showed her like pictures of the censorship or of people trying to get through the censorship. And like it's like crazy how the state of Colorado acts with me. Like I told her, I was like, can I give you my my username so that you can go look at the pictures yourself? They have timestamps. And she's like, no, I don't. I'm not going to look at it. And like my probation officer won't look at it. And my judge like wants to like throw the book at me. Like he needs me force drugged, or else I have to go to jail. And like everyone in Colorado acts like they haven't heard who I am. And like when I'm talking about like taking these people as prostitutes, the person who's looking to figure out if I'm crazy is going, yes. He's talking. He said he's going to have Taylor Swift as a prostitute. Let's give him another year. But like the reality of the situation is that there's a group of people that are organized crime that have never heard of you. No, I've never heard of you. Never heard of you. Like you said something about you have a page. Yeah. Like I just showed you like 100 pictures of girls dressed as Christmas characters. Well, yeah. I mean, like why do you like you save these on your phone? How many you're putting them on your phone? You have a bunch of naked pictures on your phone. I have Christmas pictures. Well, you're saving them. Like these pictures are all on your phone. You have naked pictures all over your phone. Yes, I'm being censored. People are trying to kill me. Like I'm trying to stop organized crime that like in Colorado, it's a state where like all the legal people can't look at evidence. Like you can show them evidence, they will never. They just like you're putting nude pictures on your phone a lot, right? Let me write that down. Like his phone is filled with nude pictures of Christmas. These are pictures from May. You can go look at the timestamps. Yeah, I mean, you got naked pictures on your phone. Like, and that's the legal situation I am in right now. Is like I'm in the Twilight Zone. I'm in the movie, what is it? Where Shaun of the Dead, he has that other film where they're in England and Hot Fuzz. And like it's not what it seems. Like you will never believe how. So the question we all have to ask ourselves is like, why are the people from the Colorado court system the only people in the United States who don't know that I exist? Like this is at the library in Pueblo. Like these are random pictures from the internet. Like I have I told this lady I have like thousands, and she was like very concerned that I had. She seemed like it. She seemed fine, but like really for a second there, she was like, "Your phone is full of naked pictures." Yes, my phone's full of naked pictures. Like I'm trying to show you that I'm showing you not naked ones. Like I'm trying to show that these people are doing Christmas. Like this isn't a Christmas time, but like. What we all have to understand is that, like, the FBI doesn't have to do anything because the media, no, we didn't hear anything. Naked pictures. We don't know anything about Christmas. Like, you don't exist. Like, you don't have constitutional rights. Like, you're not going to. Like, because you're against the organized crime people. And, like, these organized crime people are taking girls as slaves. Like, they're sex trafficking. Like, they are, like, blocking a prostitute from making money, from communicating with the outside world. She communicates with who she's allowed to. They have like an internet dictatorship over technology that blocks us from being able to communicate with one another. And the organized crime people know that the media is controlled by them. And the police who are organized crime know the media is controlled by them. And so everyone in the legal system who has beat me up while I was handcuffed. They have given me the maximum for like a crime I didn't commit. They have tortured me. Like they've done terrible things to me. You wouldn't believe like I saw a guy commit suicide in front of me. Like I have seen so many fights. Like you wouldn't believe the things that I experienced. Like this guy impaled his head on a spike, a nail coming out of the ground. Like I didn't notice he was hitting a spike. I thought he was a crazy guy banging his head on the ground. And then he's got a pile of blood next to his head. Like you want to talk about the things I've experienced because I said something illegal, and then I have no rights. I have so few rights. They won't even let me defend myself in court. They'll give me a lawyer and say I can't have court. Like I'm not allowed to have a jury. And so like I'm talking about turning people into prostitutes as a joke, but then I'm also like, yeah, like I mean I guess I could like keep them as musicians. Like they're under house arrest. And like, I'll use them as prostitutes in Las Vegas and I will make so much freaking money. You will never, ever make that much foreign money off a prostitute. Like the prostitutes I will bring in. Like no one could ever make that much money off prostitution. Like unless you bring in certain prostitutes. And the reality is those prostitutes have been involved with sex trafficking and like some of them. I've proved that I'm a sex trafficking victim in like 20 different ways. Like I talked about being at the skate park in Monument and this guy having Tensor trucks, and Tensor trucks didn't exist in the 90s. And like in March of 2000, I moved to Texas, but I also realized that I had skipped second semester of sixth grade and first semester of seventh grade. Like I started sixth grade at a new school in California, which wasn't California, it was Boston. And then I went to seventh grade at another school. And like I found people that are clones that are like have twins, and like I found my dad at the Little League World Series, and like I proved it enough. Like no one will ever doubt that I proved it, but I proved it before I went to jail. You know what happened after I proved that I was a sex trafficking victim? Like I had all the evidence on my page for months, like because they put me in jail or like for like a month because a SWAT team got sent in to break down my door and took me to jail. And like once my door was broken, my brother had to come over to my house and fix it because he's my landlord, because I got put in jail because I would have been my landlord. I took care of a guy with Alzheimer's for like 15 years. My brother came in while I was in jail for like 3 months. And my dad died. And now my brother's in charge of all the money. My brother drives the most expensive BMW. He has like a $700,000 house that's my mom's. Like he has like all my mom's stuff. I can't even go over to my old house to go get a printer. I have to go beg my brother for $35 because he's got to make sure that I pay the fees on Venmo. When I need money for gas. Like I have to, like he's supposed to give me $40 a week for gas. I got $36 this week. And like my brother came into my house and stole all my evidence that I'm a sex trafficking victim, because like I had just proved my age was wrong that much and there was hard evidence at my house. The police broke my door over a mental health warrant when all I have to do is plead felony and I would be off probation, is my opinion, if it's any judge in the world. But I saw P. Diddy got a new judge. You will never understand how like they kept this judge if you had watched this judge with me. Like I think he's probably going to listen to this video, and what I'll tell you is like if the general public saw your behavior with me in court, I'm the most polite person ever. I'm the most like yes, and you're like the Mr. Mormon, what have you done? Well, I actually didn't do anything at all whatsoever. Like I actually sent you all this evidence of all this stuff. We've been dealing with each other for so. You're like that mean to me. Like, and that's like your worst nightmare is like a news agency that would just show that guy in court with me. Like, cause like everyone needs to know like how that guy doesn't care that I committed a crime, because it's called felony menacing with a simulated or with a real or simulated weapon. I talked to my probation officer, I think it was this week, that she said, or last week. And she was like I haven't talked to you for like a year, or like, I mean, like, it's not my fault that I didn't know what was going on. Like, I think, like, but she really didn't say that much about the Christmas pictures. Like, she's like, oh, I don't know what's going on with you. Like, I don't even talk to you. But, like, when I had seen her before, and I was catching all the sex traffickers, like, I literally asked her to go look at my page. Like, I literally asked her to go look at Reddit and Snapchat. Like, I have a mental health probation officer. Like, I literally asked her to go look and see this stuff. And she literally told me, well, I'm not going to do that. So like I'm in a situation where like everyone won't look at it. Like the SWAT team came and broke down my door because I was telling my neighbors about this. I was telling my neighbors about Shauna Rae asking me for help, or Shauna Rae's twin asking me for help on Twitter. And the SWAT team broke down my door. Do you know what the negotiation was with the SWAT team? Do you know what my conversation with the SWAT team was like? Have you seen my Snapchat? Like, did you see Shauna Rae? Well, I don't do social media. That's the SWAT team. Like, that's the negotiator you send to me. They're not trying to negotiate. They're trying to break down my door. They're trying to ruin my window. They're trying to make sure that this guy can come into my house and steal all my stuff when I've told you 1,000 times, he's not him. They switched him out. This is a group of people powerful enough to switch out people that much, to switch out sex trafficking victims, because these girls don't get what's happening to them. And that's the real situation is these people are tricking little girls into thinking that they're adults when they're little girls. They're tricking 8-year-olds into thinking that they're 18. And then they're brainwashing them into thinking they probably need to have sex now. But they have trouble with it because they're child molesters that don't get that little kids don't want to hook up with adults because adults are gross to a little kid. And like I have proven it that much. And somehow you send in the SWAT team, and then all the state of Colorado has to say to me, every single different person I go to the psychiatrist, I go to my counselor, the judge clearly doesn't know. Like no one can look at my page. I keep trying to get them to look at my page and see the evidence I put up there, that I'm a sex trafficking victim and that like I'm being censored and the internet actually knows who I am. And all they have to say is, no, I can't do that. Sorry. I'm not going to go. There's naked pictures on there. You have that many naked pictures on your phone? Yes, I do have naked pictures on my phone. They're Christmas. It's not Christmas time. It's not Christmas time. What am I going to do about these people? Like, I don't think you guys get that, like, it's that many cops, and that's why they know. I mean, I'm not looking at the page.